Hello, everyone. This is Independent Conservative. I am Ryan Bolin. Thank you all for joining me once again. So let's get on into the BS here. Okay. Apparently, a group of has-been celebrities, old white men with gray hair practically, okay, had some kind of virtual meeting whereby I think it was Jeff Bridges. Some people haven't even heard of this man, okay, alluded to this idea of, hey, I'm a white dude for Harris. So this you all know about all of this. I already know you guys know about this. I think there was one particular mantra that was being quoted in reference to white women for Harris, and then I think it was black women for Harris. Man, look, let's get right into this article because I want you guys to hear what they have to say. Now, mind you, it's hard for me. I told you guys this before. It's hard for me to sit up and listen to these radical liberals and the Democrats and actually listen to them audibly. They're disgusting to me, man. Everything is about race. It's race, 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 just like I knew it was going to be. But let's get right into this and let's hear what they have to say about the almighty great second coming of Kamala Harris. Let's get right into this. That's why I don't do these things so much, man, because this stuff is just so cringy and disgusting. It makes me want to barf. Anyway, the Big Lewinsky star Jeff Bridges, upon, like I said before, a lot of people probably don't even know who he is, okay? Lord of the Rings star Sean Austin and Mark Hamill of Star Wars, who's another has-been celebrity fame, were among the many famous faces, along with left-wing lawmakers like Adam Schiff, who joined a virtual, quote, White Dudes of Harris event Monday night. It was the latest of such events hosted in an all-out effort to raise funds for Vice President Kamala Harris in her bid for the White House. And let me say this before I go any further. Everybody, the Democratic Party and the leftist media was pooting and snotting over the fact that Harris had raised, I forget how much it was. It was in the millions, 60 million, something like that, 80 million or something like that within no time. And they were like, woo, this is so great and all this kind of nonsense and so forth. When everyone knows it was not a grassroots situation, that she was getting this money from people like George Soros and a lot of these big billionaire and millionaire donors. So quit playing games with the American public, okay? But what Trump did, I was reading an article just recently. Trump went to I think it was a Bitcoin event, fundraiser event, and raised $25 million in one night. And he didn't have to do and these were people in this Bitcoin fundraiser that were not a bunch of billion-dollar donors like Kamala Harris is. So a lot of these people were just people that invested in Bitcoin. But he raised $25 million in one night. I guarantee you won't hear too much of that on the mainstream media. But anyway, I digress. Let's go on. It says, I got to laugh because I accepted the invitation, Bridges said on the call. I was brought to the party, not so much as being white, and I certainly am, but because I'm a dude. So a friend sent me this email today with your hat on there, and I said, what the heck that's what I mean? And I said, oh, I got to have one of those. I qualify. I'm white, I'm a dude, and I'm for Harris. And I can't but wonder how much money the Democratic Party paid these has-been actors to come out of the hibernation to support this so-called fundraiser. How much money did they actually, pay these people? Because these people, Mark Hamill, he's cool. Some people probably know him from some people probably know him from the Star Wars, the latest one that they had. But the latest one was 500 years ago? I'm joking, you get it. But it was a few years ago. And Mark Hamill is in his 60s. I mean, Jeff Bridges is so gray, he looks like he's grayer than Biden. So nobody knows Jeff Bridges. I mean, come on. How much money are they paying these people? Let's quit playing games, man. At least nothing. I'm gonna go on. I'm getting triggered. I had no idea that this whole thing that we're up to was based on what black women for Harris, right? Bridges continued. And so it kind of morphed into white men for Harris. So the whole thing I heard about the black women for Harris, and let's go any further, but we're going to go further. But one of the things that bothered me about this whole idea of black women for Harris really ticked me off because I was watching a Zoom presentation in reference to there was a bunch of black women on there, and there was this one, I think it was several black men on there. And the topic of the question was asked, well, why do you black women want Harris to be in office? And one of the black women was like, well, it's because she's a woman. She's a woman, man. We just got to get her in there. She's a woman. And this guy, he had so much information. He went off on that young lady. And basically, in essence, he said, is that the only reason why you want to vote for her? Is because she's a woman? Is that your reasoning? What about policies in so many words he was saying? What about things she did in the past? You got the guys always bringing up what Trump did in the past, but no one ever wants to bring up what these Democrats do in the past. They love to bring up what Republicans and conservatives who are vying for office done in the past, but they never want to bring up what the Democrats' nasty selves have done in the past. The damage that Kamala Harris has done as a prosecutor in many black men's lives. Come on, man. I mean, and I don't want to say this because I'm supposed to be a man of God, but she was slutty, okay? But you don't want to. But you rather talk about Trump, sleeping with a prostitute, and paying her off. I mean, not a prostitute, but a porn star and paying off. They'll talk about that. They'll make that the number one news source, but they'll never talk about how slutty Kamala Harris was. Nah, she was a slut. You know it. Anyway, let's go on. These people that's one reason why I just calm down from doing these so much, man, because they make me sick. They make me sick. But anyway, Bridges added he was excited that President Joe Biden had, quote, passed the baton so beautifully. Are you serious? To Vice President Kamala Harris, referring to how Biden had announced he was withdrawing from the presidential race. So, Jeff Bridges says, Kamala is just so certainly our girl, Bridges added. Oh, that's that's really deep and philosophical, sir. I mean, she's certainly our girl. Sounds like to me you being condescending, right? She's our girl. Why not she's our woman? She's our girl. That's a full-grown woman. Why not that? Are you being racist, sir, by calling her a girl? Hey, she's certainly our girl. She's a full-grown woman. I could argue, Jeff, you being racist, sir. Anyway, like they called black men boys back in the days. You know what I'm talking about, sir. You know what I'm talking about, Mr. Bridges. Anyway, I can see her being president. So excited. A woman president. Man, how excited. Stop right there. That's what I want to look at. A woman president. He has the same mindset that black woman had in that Zoom call that I just mentioned to you guys. That little meeting they had there. A woman president. How exciting. So is that the only reason why you want to vote for her? Because she's a woman? To me, this is common sense. It's common sense. Why is it such a mystery? Why is it so deep? Why is it so beyond the thinking of normal people to say, hey, is that the only reason why you voting for her? Because she's a woman? People, yeah. People have been so dumbed down, man. Like, it's hard to get people to think past what they've been conditioned to think. Like, really? That's the only reason why you wanted to be president? What if she's the freaking wife of the Antichrist, for crying out loud? What if she gets in office and she keeps the borders open, period, because she don't believe in closed borders. She don't believe in closed borders. She was appointed the border czar. The mainstream media is trying to flip it now and gaslight everybody and say, oh, it really wasn't that. You really didn't see what you were seeing. That really wasn't what it was. When they repeatedly said that she was the border czar and Biden appointed her to be so, now all of a sudden she's not. How can anyone believe anything the mainstream media says? But unfortunately, you're going to get a lot of dips that believe it. Anyway, she's the border czar. She was the border czar. And it is said that she doesn't even believe in closing the borders. So what if you get someone like it? What if she becomes a president? Do you think she's going to close those borders? Do anyone think in their right mind that Kamala Harris, future President Kamala Harris, is going to close the borders? If you think Biden kept them open, what makes people think that she's going to close them? It's going to be worse. It's going to be worse. It's going to get to the point where these illegals are going to be the number of illegals is going to be so great, they're going to flood past the so-called sanctuary cities and sanctuary states, and they're going to start flooding places that are not sanctuary cities and sanctuary states. You can only put air in a balloon, but so much. After a while, that balloon is going to burst. It can only hold so much air. Same principle. The country can only hold so many people. After a while, it's going to burst. And these illegals are going to start pouring into other places they ain't supposed to be in. Because they're not sanctuary cities and sanctuary states. But putting someone like Kamala Harris in office as president, you best believe that's probably what's going to happen. I fear that, and I'm very concerned. Hopefully, the American people, and I say the American people, I mean everybody, will wake up and smell the coffee and not put this woman in office, because we're going to catch hell if it happens. Right? U.S. Secretary of Transportation Pete Buttigieg, or Poop Booty Head, as one person called him, also appeared. He had some dumb stuff to say. I ain't going to even read what he has to say. Boy, it's just the same stupid stuff. Same dumb stuff, Representative Steny Howard appeared. Howard appeared. I don't know who that is. But yeah. You guys can read the rest of this in the description box below if you so like. But yeah. It's just ridiculous. But I wanted to read what Mark Hamill said. He says, "They always say this is the most important election in our lifetime," Hamill added. I heard that since I first voted in the 70s, but never has it been more true. One thing about Trump is he tells you what he's going to do. He takes credit for getting rid of Roe v. Wade and said everybody wanted to get rid of Roe v. Wade. Well, here's the problem with the whole idea of the Roe v. Wade, and people just got to see this. Whatever Trump said, he took credit for it or whatever, I don't know. Okay. But the rule was reversed back to the states. If you want to get an abortion, that's on you. If you want to get an abortion, that's on you. It's fine. But it is left up to the state that you live in now, rather than it being a federal mandate. The power was given over to the states like it was supposed to be. I don't know, for whatever reason, that goes over people's heads. People on the far left still can't see that. They still can't see, okay, I can still kill my baby. I can still go ahead and get rid of this baby because baby is an inconvenience to me. Okay, I can still do that if I'm in the state of such and such and such and they allow it. They still can't see that. It's a state thing, not a country thing, Dumbo. It's a state thing. So if your state allows it, so be it. But I guess their argument is, what if my state don't allow it? Well, if your state don't allow it, you out of luck. Your baby will live. I mean, I know that's sad. I know you don't want your baby to live, but your baby will live. Unless you're so desperate to get rid of that baby that you go to another state, that's your option. That's on you. But to make it a federal thing and mandate every state recognize abortion and do this is wrong. And it's unethical and it's tyrannical. The very politicians that blame Trump for being a tyrant and will be a tyrant when he gets in office are the very politicians that are being tyrannical. When it becomes a federal thing where the federal government mandates all the states to do a thing, that's tyrannical. Only the left and sissified Republicans support that. What's so hard about that to understand with people? Unbelievable. So what he's talking about here is Mark Hamill is talking about here shows me that his age has gotten to him just like the age that Biden's age has gotten to him. You suffering from some kind of mild form of Alzheimer's disease or something, brother, because you just off. But anyway, let's go on. Hamill continued to add it was important that voters, quote, stand up to Trump's, quote, mental illness and vote for Kamala. That voters stand up to Trump's mental illness? What the blank is he talking about? I'm not going to even expound on that because that's stupid. That's stupid, man. But anyway, that's all I'm going to read right there. You got to read it. That's all I'm going to read. That's all I'm going to tolerate to read from this bull crap. Bunch of nonsense. These people have no sense at all, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, It's no surprise to me. I was talking to one of my coworkers the other day, and he's a Republican, conservative. We talk about this all the time. We talk about this all the time. In fact, as a matter of fact, I wasn't talking to him the other day. I actually was talking to him yesterday. My days off are Tuesday and Wednesday, but we talk about politics all the time, And I shared with them, as he shared with me, the reality that the Democrats are going to make everything racial. It's going to all be about race, 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 and gender. Race and gender, race and gender, race and gender. This is all the Democrats have, is race and gender. It makes my stomach tie knots when people fall for that, because policies go past your race and past your gender. When these people get in office, they're not going to push they're not going to push their race. They're not going to push their gender. They're going to push their policies. And if their policies are truly tyrannical, like they have accused Trump of being, you best believe you're going to have more and more of your rights incrementally being taken from you. And before you know it, you're going to wake up one morning and you're not going to have any rights, and you're not going to have any possession of your property. Because by a little bit at a time, they would have taken it from you. Like the communists they are, hitting in the doggone White House. It's time for American people to wake up, man. I'm telling you, it's time for the American people to wake up. The true enemies of our country are the radical left and the sissified Republicans and conservatives that call themselves that don't do anything when they get in office to repeal any of this stuff. They don't expose this type of nonsense because they're scared they're going to be called racist or homophobic or disophobia, whatever nonsense that the far radical left wants to put, title they want to put on them. Bunch of bull crap, nonsense. I pray that American people will wake up and see what's going on. The real enemies is the radical left. It is not conservatives. Bottom line, period. That's what I stand on. That's what I believe. And that's what I know. Not only from reading, but from personal observation and experience. It's the radical left that's doing this. It's the radical left playing this. And people like Mark Hamill and all of these, and Jeff Bridges and all these old, outdated celebrities that nobody probably know nothing about, never heard of, need to sit on down, retire, and do their thing. Go about their business. Sit on down, but money makes you talk. Money raises the dead. A lot of these celebrities were dead, and when the money was offered to them, I'm pretty sure by the Democratic Party, they were raised from the dead. Miracles took place. Miracles took place. These people were raised from the dead to support this so-called fundraiser for Kamala Harris. But anyway, man, yeah, this is a bunch of bull crap. It's cringy. It makes me want to upchuck, and it's the same old thing with the Democrats. In closing, it's all they do. Race and gender, race and gender, race and gender. Ridiculous, man. But anyway, yeah. What do you guys think about this crazy virtual call or virtual meeting or whatever that they had with these people? What do you think about this? What do you think about it? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. God bless you all. See you again.